What inspires this sacred geometrist? A deeply symbolic painting that hangs on Salihah's wall says it all.
There's a particularly fabulous piece behind you that's very interesting. Very interesting. I see two lungs, like human lungs, and then animals inside. I don't know specifically what it is, though, but that's kind of, I thought of the heart and the lungs when I saw that.
Yeah.
Explain to me who the artist is and what that painting is about first.
Well, this is art by Bawa Muhyiddin.
Bawa Muhyiddin.
Who is a guru that came from Sri Lanka and started a whole community in Overbrook and a beautiful mosque there. Actually, speaking of mosque. And he is my top favorite artist.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't mention him before. I guess that's pretty much what I see from the painting too, like the world outside and then the body. And like the lungs, and how we contain the world inside of us, and then the mosque is the heart.
Oh, it sure
So yeah,
is.
that's like the mosque and the heart.
Oh, I love that. Why does he inspire you? Why do you like him so much?
He was a phenomenal human being.
I asked her about another fascinating painting that drew my attention.
Okay, so I went and discovered this on your wall because it caught my eye the minute we walked in here. I was like, ooh. Did she do that one? So you did this. Tell me about this and what the story is behind this.
It's about the past and the future and like premonitions, and it's also, I did a painting of just these like little creature guys, and it was called the Apocalypse. So it's sort of like these otherworldly, like beings from the unseen, like coming in to like help us.
So now I thought this was the future, but you said this was the past because he looks like an astronaut. That looked like the future to me, but this is the future.
Yeah, this is like the premonition and like the writing of it and the mythology of it, and this is it coming to fruition.
Whenever Salihah came across something with perfect proportions, it became a part of her little collection. She showed me a few, teaching me to recognize the beauty in the mundane.
Okay, so we are sitting here talking about some real-life examples of sacred geometry in nature. So show me what you have here, because I see a lot of examples.
Well, here's the quintessential
Shell.
the spiral shell.
For a snail, right?
Yeah.
And I see those little angles in there.
And if you measure it, it would be like perfectly.
Would it?
Like
really?
adding on to the exact same.
So they're perfect. So they're perfect measurement spaces, distance in between.
It's a golden ratio thing. It's like exactly the same ratio.
I didn't realize that. I just thought it was a neat little pattern, but they actually have some sort of mathematical rhyme and reason to them. Okay, what else?
This is driftwood. That's really cool. Stripes going on this guy.
Nice. I would have never noticed that.
Yeah. Driftwood is really.
A really good example.
Yeah.
So she's talking about right here, if you see these lines all coming down, those nice geometrical shapes there.
And then you got your pine cone.
And that's a very kind of a usual example of our sacred geometry there.
Yeah. I was out in Maryland and I just went off the trail and I looked down and I found a turtle shell.
Look at these things just jump out at you,
yeah,
don't they? All my
really
life, and I've never run across a tortoise shell other than in like a zoo
and
or
it
something.
still has the skin on it.
Look at that. And what are you seeing in that? Well, oh, all of these separate.
Yeah, look at all of these.
And they would be shaped, and they're shaped the same. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All of them in different sizes.
But they're all kind of weird too. Like they're kind of wobbly. And,
yeah.
And all the little lines inside of it. I guess, like I was saying, it's with the sacred geometry stuff. Like it definitely comes from my wonder of the natural world, you know. And I mean, I try to do it, like everything I do, to come from that place, and all my relationships and interactions with people to come from that, like, love. And I guess that's when I'm like doing that work. It's just like trying to just feel love.